Folks, hello there. Welcome back. So we have this is interesting. We have another lantern project here. Pay no attention to that one. That one is I just put some seal all in there, and it's gonna sit there till tomorrow, and I can finish it up. What we have here, this is a CT ham, and this is a CT ham reliable, and I believe that this is a transition piece from say around 1914, 1915, somewhere in there, when Dietz acquired CT Ham and continued to make a couple of ham models. And you can see this here. Let's see, though, this is a Blizzard bottom, man. It's a Blizzard fount for sure. I mean, look at this thing. It looks like a Blizzard. If you looked at a blurry or in a Blizzard, so like here's a wizard. You can see that. I mean, that's Dietz. I mean, that's a Dietz fount. And actually, I have another, probably like a year older. This may have been the ham made #2 cold blast. So you can see here. You can see a difference in the fount. So this is probably a couple years older than this one. Well, this is CT Ham's bulbous top, crown top, or what do you want to call it, rounded top fount. Let's just see. Yeah. So I find this more interesting because it's a transition piece, and I want to. So yeah, these are pretty much identical except for the founts. And the big old fount right there. All right. So, this thing, however, is caked with layers and layers of paint. So let's get it apart so we can get this paint off, and then we can play with it, because, man, it is caked with paint. Let's check it out. All right. Nice big patty. I got a zillion of these. But they're cool. They're good to have. I mean, it's good to have blank ones, man, you know. All right, that's loose. That's awesome. I'll have to fight with that. Painted, of course. Eesh. Oh, wow. Wow, the fount of this thing's packed with cotton. Interesting. I have not seen that before on a big old baby like this. So that's very nice. We'll clean that up. That's got silver paint all over it. Oh, shit, silver paint. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I had noticed earlier. I was like, oh, look at the tin showing through. Well, no. And it's freaking silver paint through the black. Oh, man, there's so much of it. Look, you can't even read reliable or CT ham or anything. Look at that. Look at that. Jesus, all that freaking paint. So I'm assuming that all this in here was packing for, unless of course something put this in here. Yeah, this appears to be fountain cotton. They probably got it out of some railroad lantern or something. I wonder if they had maybe this thing was used on an angle a lot. It was in an environment where they needed to have it on an angle, and you needed to kind of have something to keep that kerosene near the wick. But I tell you, man, I like finding, extra wicks in the fount. I've never found cotton in a hurricane lantern. I've seen it done before. And I've had, railroad lanterns and all kinds of other things with cotton packed in there, but vintage cotton for sure. Wow. Yeah, wow. The inside of the tank is a freaking mirror. We'll take a look at that. We'll get the camera out and look in there. We are not going to need this. Nope. All right, so this is going to go with it. Paint removal. Let me get the camera set up. We'll take a look inside there. All right. Yeah, look at that. Wow, boy, shortwave is really being a bear. I just turned it off. Yeah, look at that. That's what you like to see, man. Freaking mirror finish down there. Yeah, looks great. Ooh. Yeah, wow. That is super clean shit right there. Hopefully, underneath all this paint and crap, that's all over this thing. There we go. All right, so can we get the bale? Okay, good. Bale comes out. Bale is, of course, highly painted. And we're not going to take this off. Yeah, look at that, man. Black and silver paint. Ugh. I think this is going to be nice, though, underneath this shit. You can see the runs and the drips. The shit that they painted over, all kinds of crud and dirt. Wow. Yeah, Reliable is underneath there. Man, oh man. What's that even say over there? Looks like it says number 2 cold blast. Okay, so I'm going to go do the oven method on this. Yes, indeed I am. Okay. And I'm going to, after this goes in the oven, I'm going to go out and grill my chicken. It is freaking 9:45 at night, and here I am just starting my dinner. I've been doing a lot of that lately. Boy, oh boy. Okay, so I'm going to go do this and that, and then we'll come back here and we'll check on it. Yeah, you'll see it after we get the paint off. All right, I'm back. Oh, we'll be able to hopefully see. Oh no, we're not gonna. Where do you put patent? Where do they put the patent date? Sometimes on some hams they'll put them down here. We'll see if they put it anywhere after we get the paint off. Because like I said, this is an unfamiliar combination of things here. Here I am, my brain thinking this is a wizard. I was going to look up here for patent dates and build dates. All right, we'll be back. Well, I am seeing black and silver and red paint. It is showing through. So I just took it out of the oven and sprayed it down. I'm going to plop it back in the oven now with the oven off and let this stuff do its thing. Okay, we are back from paint removal. Yeah, that took a couple shots. It took a couple rounds of it, but it's all right, man. Really about 95% of it off with the first try. But this was pesky 3 layers of all the most, well, 3 of the 4 most harsh paints to get off these things. And it's just household paints. So this had black on top of silver, which is awful, and red, which is awful, and also metallic gold is awful. But check this thing out, man. This thing is a freaking blizzard for sure. This is a blizzard in ham clothing. There you have it. Reliable. And this is a number 22 cold blast. So that was hidden underneath all that. So number 22. And you'll also see on here that this made for the number 2, the number 17, the number 20, and the number 22 cold blast lanterns. So this burner here. Big old number 2 size. And so now we're going to get to work on this. This is something I've just finished up. Fine hand 270. It had a couple little pinholes there and a shit ton of them on the bottom, but she is burning beautiful.
There's bigger mountains than that in Jamaica.
But all right, so we're gonna get at this. We're gonna go over the bench crank. Well, let's take a look at what we did here. So we got this out of here. Out of here. Cap cleaned up nice. I call that bottle cap style. As you can tell why. So we'll clean that up. This still got some paint on it. You can see there. It's the freaking silver metallic. That's what it is. Ugh. But I'm glad I got most of it off, because even dealing with that with freaking tools is a pain in the ass. But man, oh man, this thing cleaned up great. All that paint was hiding a lot. Look at that, just very nice. This is going to be a beautiful piece. A beautiful representation. There's some really nice tigering in the steel. Yeah, wow, very wavy Dietz like. Yeah, see now, you know what? I wonder if this is Dietz steel in. But look at that, no dents, no crushes anywhere. This is. Yeah, a little dent there in the cap. I can. I'll work on that before we're done. So, all right, I'm going to take it over to the bench grinder now and work on it. And we'll continue. All right, I'll be right back. Right. Wow, look at this, man. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So, yeah, that's all screwy. We'll fix that. All right, that's better. It's better already. Okay, yeah, we'll fix that. All right, so everything cleaned up, super nice. For what I could get to with the bench grinder, and we'll get in those little spots right now. Right, meow. And you can see remnants right there. There's a nice little remnant of black, red, and silver paint. What a pain in the butt that was. Trying to even get it off the bench grinder was a little rough. All right, so we got a junk bit on here. We're going to give this a once over with junk bit, and we'll see how she looks. Well, kind of cooked this bit. Yeah, this thing's cleaning up real nice, but this junk pit is just Not doing all that great. Man, a couple of these ham guys are so close here that they're blasting me out. So this old radio, this is an old 1939 shortwave radio. And there's not like an automatic volume control like you see on things these days. If something is closer with a stronger signal, it's louder. It's just freaking louder. So, I mean, I could be listening to a bunch of guys that are like, 1,000 miles away yapping, and if some dude from down the street hits his microphone, it'd blast me out. It could actually blow up my shortwave. That's why you gotta watch that shit with these old radios. Okay, well, so there is some pesky paint in some corners and shit like that. Could be troublesome. May have to go back and apply some more stuff. Like some spots, man, it is just freaking cake in here. Like right here. Yeah, it's just all layers of freaking paint and shit and whatever it is that they painted over. One of these layers of paint that was painted over was most likely extremely dirty. So they decided to paint over it to make it look nice. Okay, wow, boy, I killed this wheel, man. Wow. Why? Because of the pesky remaining paint. So, actually, I'm going to get an old pointy bit to work on that paint. Because this is going to do a job on whatever bit I use. Yeah, there's a nice one. Yeah, there's a nice one. I don't need to use this new one. All right, so I'll take this pointy bit to this chunkage. You can see I tried putting acetone in some of the troubled areas, see if it loosened things up. It didn't do anything, but didn't do anything except make a mess with it drying up on here. It looks like shit. All right, so let me work at it. We're gonna go do the pointy bit, and we'll see how it looks. All right, let's get at it. Nice. This is looking excellent. Yes. Oh, one little spot. All right. So we're getting close, man. We're getting close. I'm gonna fix this up a little bit. Okay, that's close enough for me. Yeah, looking good there. All right, so easy rider bike. Get it out of the way there. Okay, so I think now we're gonna we'll do a fresh 800 grit on here. A couple of them probably. This is a tall drink of water, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Okay. So once over with the 800 grit, we might come back with I don't know, with 400 and go on these wires and things. We'll see how it looks. All right, we'll start with this. Let's throw some steel wooling on here. Yeah. All right. Well, let's start a new pillow because we have quite a large lantern here. So, and these are small pillows. And you look at the video. Go back and look at the video if you want to know the tools that I use. I have a link to this particular steel wool that I use. I found it seems to be a pretty good deal. This is marketed as steel wool for you to shove in rodent holes to stop mice from chewing and putting holes in stuff. All right. I'm telling you, man, I am so pleasantly surprised of how this turned out, because I really didn't, I saw that there was layers and layers of paint on this thing originally, and I was worried that it was maybe one layer of paint over just globs and globs of rust and shit, but very pleasantly surprised to see that it was a very pretty lantern underneath all that crap, all that paint crap. Paint crap. Yes, paint crap. Yeah. All right, we're gonna oil her up now. Yes, let's make it look beauteous. Okay. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. just what kind of lantern this shows us here. Nice. All right, so we going to assemble now. Now we're not going to fire this up. I'm low on kerosene. Not necessary. I mean, you saw the inside of this tank. A ridiculous tank. Yeah, plus, you know, even I'd have to put a gallon of fuel in this thing just to get it to hit the wick. I'm joking, of course, but put this beautiful wick right back in. Nice. There we go. Click. Beautiful. Now, gold. I was hoping I had a cold blast ham, but I don't. I got lots of ham globes. They're all hot blast globes, though. Lots of beauties. But this is perfect. This is perfect for this thing. All right. That looks excellent. Oh, yeah. Look at that monster. Look at that ham monster. Yeah. Let's come on down and take a look. Tall drink of water, number 22. I mean, I'm calling this a number 2. I mean, it's a Dietz Blizzard, man. That's what it is. Blizzard in disguise. Well, folks, that's beautiful. I'm very happy with it. After the pesky paint, man, oh man. But it's still, I'm still taken back. It's just so weird seeing CT ham on a Blizzard fount. Crazy. All right, folks, that's going to do it. I love it. It's beauty. Thank you so much for stopping by the lab this time. And until next time, don't you go changing.
We'll be back with the Magic Tunes for the Armada Room's 2-hour disco swing party after this short break. Till then, don't you go changing.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.